Jai Hind everyone. I am Saket Kumar Singh, working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad, India. And I am here today to explain something about artificial intelligence, its brief introduction, its brief definition about what is an artificial intelligence is, and I will also show you some real life examples of artificial intelligence that we are using in our daily routine. We are using it in our day to day life, but we are not aware that these are the examples of artificial intelligence itself. Okay, and I will also show you some historical views of artificial intelligence, how artificial intelligence evolved and from where it has came. Okay, so talk anything before talking about anything, we should first focus on what is this term called. This is artificial intelligence, why its name is artificial intelligence. So we can divide this into two words, artificial and intelligence. So intelligence, human being is intelligent. Why? Because they are having the capability to act, to behave, to think, or to make decisions. And to make a machine or a system that will perform this intelligence is called as artificial intelligence system. So when we talk about human beings, we are capable of doing things, we are capable of doing different things in different situations, we are capable of thinking, we are capable of running, moving. Okay, so these are these things which makes us intelligent. And to create, whenever we talk about artificial is something which is not natural, something which we have made, or something which can be made. Okay, which is not natural, but yeah, it can be made, that is called as artificial. And so the artificial intelligence, when we combine, okay, when we combine these words, so this becomes artificial intelligence. So defining it in a proper what would be the proper definition of artificial intelligence? So this is the study of how to design a system or a machine that would think like or act like human, or that can make decisions. Okay, so yeah, this can also be termed as a branch of computer science that aims to or focuses on designing or modeling some new systems, modeling some new machines that will act like or think like human being. So this is the whole artificial intelligence. We will talk about four views of this definition, this artificial intelligence definition, in our another video, but right now this is the basic definition. We will go with this basic definition of artificial intelligence, which is, this is the study of how to make a machine or a system that will think like, or that have the capability to think, to act, to behave, and to make decisions. Okay, so now I will show you some real life examples of how and what we are using in our daily routine, what are the things that we are using of artificial intelligence. So let me show you some real life examples of artificial intelligence. So you can see here this. I hope you can see, this is Amazon.com, recommended for you, inside Apple, how America must admire. So this is a snapshot of a system which is showing recommendation engine of an Amazon.com online shopping platform. So for example, let me tell you that I want to buy a laptop. Okay, I want to buy a laptop, then I am having two options. I will go either in shops, and I will go in 2 to 3 shops and compare the prices, and I will buy it from there. Or the another way is to go on online shopping platform like Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal, and I will put my filters like I want i7 laptop, I want i5 laptop of 10th generation, I want Intel processor, I want AMD processor, I want 2 TB hard disk, I want 1 TB hard disk, I want 8 GB RAM, I want 6 GB RAM. So whatever the filters I will apply on that online shopping platform, and for any reason I left on the online shopping platform, and I postponed my plan to buy my laptop in next week. So when I will visit to this amazon.com in next week, this Amazon will automatically show me some recommendations. This Amazon will automatically show me some recommendations based on my previous searches, based on my previous search, what I searched, what I applied filter in my previous visit to this website. This Amazon will fetches some common attributes, and it will show me some recommendations that you should buy this Dell laptop or you should buy this HP laptop, as this is also having the same configuration which you are looking for. So what is this recommendations? These are an example of artificial intelligence. This is called as recommendation engines. Okay, so the next thing I would like to show you, I hope you all have seen this. This is Amazon Echo. Okay, or various substitute of this is Alexa, Google Assistant. Even Google Assistant, each and every person, maybe around 80% of the people are using this Google Assistant. Even when I used to travel somewhere, I just ask the Google Assistant, please tell me the way how to reach at that location. So this Google Assistant and this Alexa, though these are the examples of natural language processing, but yeah, natural language processing is also a subfield of artificial intelligence. So this Alexa or Google Assistant or Amazon Echo can control even the temperature of AC, can switch on your TV, everything. This is a machine, but this is having intelligence. This is the best example of artificial intelligence. Okay, so let me show you another example. Is look, this is Gmail. We are using Gmail every day. We are using Gmail each and every day, and we are not worried. Even in my Gmail, the total number of mails are 15,000. I am not worried to go and select one by one and delete the unauthorized emails or unwanted emails. I will not go and click on one by one and then move it to trash or to spam. This is automatically done in Gmail. Whenever Gmail found some suspicious mail or some unauthorized mail or some what if I have marked Flipkart as unwanted email, then it will automatically move those mails into the spam folder. This is called spam filtering, and this is the best example of artificial intelligence that we are facing day in. I just woke up and check my email every day. Okay, so we are using this artificial intelligence every day, and we are not aware that this is also an example of artificial intelligence, because I am not involved in moving these mails to a spam folder. This is automatically done by the system. So this is an example of artificial intelligence. Now next example I would like to show is Google self-driving car. Okay, you can search it on Google like Waymo. Waymo is a self-driving car. Okay, so all the technologies like machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, all the subfields of AI are implemented to make this self-driving car. Though it is in testing phase in Arizona, you can search it on Google Waymo project, okay, of Google. So but this is the best example of artificial intelligence could be. There are many more examples which I will discuss in the last. Okay, so now before going into this syllabus, we must look on some history of artificial intelligence. So I will show you. We can say this as prehistory. So let me show you something. So you can see this image. This is the image of Raja Bhoj. This is someone may have visited Bhopal. Bhopal is a place in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so Bhopal is also called a city of lake, and this lake is called Badi Jheel in Hindi at there, and this is the statue of Raja Bhoj in that lake. So why I am showing this image in artificial intelligence? Why? Because Raja Bhoj speculated in 11th century that robots can replicate human speech and motion. Just think that in 11th century Raja Bhoj speculated what we are enjoying right now, that robots can replicate human speech and motion. Even that Alexa and all we can say that all those are robots. Even you can remember that Sophia is a humanoid robot. So you can see robots can replicate human speech and motions. Raja Bhoj was a very intellectual person. He was a good architect. He was a traveler. He was a very intelligent person, and he after traveling all the world, he given this though it was a speculation, but robots can replicate human speech and motion. This was the speculation given in 11th century by him. So now the next point is realistic automatons were coming from several parts of the world. People were started thinking and started doing small projects related to artificial. People started making machines that will reduce the human effort. Okay. All human ideas are combinations of few thoughts. This statement was given by the father of calculus, Mr. Leibniz, and this statement can be well understood by the example how nano car was designed, and for what purpose nano car came. One people just saw a middle class family facing heavy rain on the scooter. One middle class family was facing heavy rain on the scooter, and one person just thought of that this person should also have a car to be safe from rain, and he was the one who was responsible for bringing Tata Nano to a middle class family. I hope you all know his name. So all human ideas are combination of few thoughts. So he thought that okay, this middle class family should have a car, and he brought us Tata Nano car. So even you can think about what various startups like Ola, Uber. So how those startups came? All those are combinations of few thoughts, and this statement was given in by Leibniz, who is also called as father of calculus with Isaac Newton. This was the first mechanical computer. I hope you all have seen this. Even some small automatons like chess playing machines came like this. You can see this is the mechanical Turk, though it was a spoof, but yeah, this claimed that the people in starting people thought that this is a machine who is capable of playing chess, but though it was a spoof, look at this picture here. So you can see here a person is sitting inside this machine, and people thinks that this machine was playing chess, but the person inside this machine was playing chess. So it proved an inspiration for IBM, so that they created a Deep Blue chess playing machine who beats Garry Kasparov, who are the chess champion. I will talk about this later. So you can see in 1900, when I come in 1900, you can see in 1914 first chess playing machine King Rook King Ending came. Okay, so this first chess playing machine was only designed to entertain king and rook, so that's why its name is King Rook King Ending. Okay, in 1925 first radio controlled driverless car, though it is not an artificial intelligence car, but yeah, this was a radio controlled driverless car given by Francis Houdina. Okay, so you can see here in this picture, they are using an antenna for communicating to neighbor, and this was the first self-driving car with the help of radio control. Okay, so this was designed in 1925. This is the newspaper cutting of November 1925. Okay, so this may have inspired the Google project. You can see here 1940 Pitts and McCulloch given first artificial neural network. What is first artificial neural network? Okay, so artificial neural network I will talk in different video. I will take a separate video for ANN later on in 4th unit. But artificial neural network, briefly I will tell that this is inspired from human mind, how our human mind works with the help of dendrites, neurons, axons. So in the same manner this ANN is designed, and this was designed firstly in 1940 by Pitts and McCulloch. I hope you all know this name, Alan Turing. Okay, who was Alan Turing? Alan Turing was the one who given theory of computation, which you have already studied in second year automata theory. So he was also responsible for breaking the Enigma code at the time of World War II. So if you do not know anything about Alan Turing, you must watch this movie Imitation Game. Okay. Now the another thing happened in 1940 is Claude Shannon given information theory. For example, this information theory in which we talk about information gain. So if I am taking any knowledge from anyone, how much information I am gaining from it, this is the whole subject, you can say. And for example, if I am watching a news channel and I am getting a news that it's a heavy rain in Rajasthan, so that is very much rare as compared to the news that it's raining in Cherrapunji. Okay, so Cherrapunji is a place where rain is very common. Okay, but it's not common in Rajasthan. So in which statement I am getting more news, I am getting more information than a news which is saying that it's raining in Rajasthan. So this whole concept of information gain was given by Claude Shannon in 1940. Okay, so in 1950 Weiner given Weiner Cybernetics, a book written by Weiner, which was suggested that control and so this Weiner given this first book which was giving this control and communication of the animal and machine. So he was the first who talked about how to communicate with a machine, as we are also an animal. So he written a book which was given as control and communication of the animals and the machines. In 1951 this was the person Marvin Minsky. He was a professor at MIT who given SNARK, first neural net machine. He designed a calculator. He designed a automatic reinforcement calculator which was named as stochastic neural automatic reinforcement calculator. Okay, so this was based on neural network again. Okay, in 1955 Simon and Newell given this logic theorist. So this logic theorist is an expert system designed by them to prove mathematical theorems and another kinds of theorems. So Simon and Newell was the one who designed this expert system. There are several expert systems coming in that era like Dendriel, Mycin. You must look about these things on internet. Like Mycin was designed to give you antibiotics depending upon the symptoms you are facing. Okay, so the next is in 1956 Dartmouth conference happened. Dartmouth is a college where this conference happened, and this was the first when AI, artificial intelligence word came into picture. So in this Dartmouth conference, 4 people organized this and 10 people attended this conference. In 1957, two-layer artificial neural network called perceptron was given first time by Rosenblatt. Okay, so you can see this is the founding fathers of artificial intelligence. You can see this is John McCarthy, Marvin L. Minsky, who was a professor at MIT, Claude Shannon, Ray Solomonoff, Alan Newell, Herbert Simon, Arthur Samuel, Oliver Selfridge, Nathaniel Rochester, Trencard More. So you can see after 50 years they just after 50th anniversary they signed this signboard. Here only 5 people are there: Trencard More, John McCarthy in red shirt, Marvin M. Minsky in white, and Oliver Selfridge and Ray Solomonoff. These 5 were left in after 50 years. And this board, this is the zoomed version of this. Here it's written as, in this building during the summer of 1956, John McCarthy, Dartmouth College, Marvin L. Minsky, MIT, Nathaniel Rochester, IBM, okay, and Claude Shannon, Bell Laboratories conducted the Dartmouth Summer Research Project on Artificial Intelligence. Okay, first use of the term artificial intelligence was happened in this conference. Founding of AI as a research discipline was also came in 1956 in Dartmouth conference. Okay, here it's written as, to proceed on the basis of the conjecture that every aspect of learning or any other feature of intelligence can in principle be so precisely described that a machine can be made to simulate it. Okay, so this signboard was, this picture is from July 13, 2006, and these are the founding fathers of artificial intelligence. We are enjoying artificial intelligence like we are enjoying Google Assistant, Alexa, Google Lens, and these were the people why we are enjoying these things right now. So after 1960 to 1974 was termed as the golden age of artificial intelligence. One phrase is used for this era which is called as look ma no hand era. Okay, so this is the era of golden, this era is termed as golden age for artificial intelligence because various developments were happening all over the world in this field, artificial intelligence research field. Okay, so in 1960 to 74 several things like playing chess, helping in constructing organic chemistry models, solving word problems in algebra, okay, understanding natural languages like Google Assistant and whatever we are using right now in present. General purpose mobile robots came in this era, and back propagation also came in during this 1960 to 1974. This was called as the golden age for artificial intelligence. After that, after 1974, AI just gone down, it was going down. Why? Because of these reasons. That's why this era is called as first AI winter. The first point that responsible for first AI winter was low computational complexity, because the computational complexity at that time was very low. At that time they were not having i5, i7, i3. At that time computational complexity were very low. Even the hard disk of 5 MB, there is an image on Google, you can see 5 MB of hard disk was for moving that hard disk people has to call a big truck, and they just 5 people hold and move that hard disk. That it was this much long hard disk, 5 MB hard disk. Results were primarily for toy problems, means toy problems like generally people were doing toy problems, chess playing machine, tic-tac-toe game. So combinatorial explosion, that means at that time to design a motherboard like we are using right now, a chip, integrated chip, at that time was very difficult to design. Okay, because now in the another point is Marvin Minsky written a book which was showing that perceptrons showed limitations of simple neural network. Okay, so perceptrons showed limitations of Marvin Minsky suggested that neural network is limited and we cannot use it to program a common sense. So after this book, government stopped giving funding to the projects which were related to artificial intelligence. Government was not interested in giving funds to these research projects of artificial intelligence. So this era was known as first AI winter. After that, some advances happened in artificial intelligence, like in 1980 to 87 expert systems were started coming, helping businesses. First driverless car came. Hopefield network also came in this era, 1980 to 87. Then in 1987 to 1993, this era is also called as second AI winter, because brutal funding cuts were happening. Government and universities were not funding AI projects and AI research. Okay, so after 1994 to 2000, again AI started coming back to its position. Okay, so this Deep Blue, you can see here in this picture, Deep Blue was the first chess playing machine designed. This is a Deep Blue machine designed by IBM. This is the first chess playing machine who beats Garry Kasparov. Garry Kasparov was the champion of chess at that time. And Deep Blue, though 3 matches were happened, Deep Blue won first, and 2 matches were won by Garry Kasparov. But yeah, that is a very nice achievement at that time, to make a system who is beating a chess champion. Okay, another points that improved artificial intelligence is Moore's law which improved some processing powers, some combinatorial explosions were reduced. Improvement in theories like probability and statistics came, and that helped artificial intelligence to move upward. Means you can see in machine learning, in deep learning, and every subfield of artificial intelligence, this probability and statistics is helping a lot. Okay, so what after 2000, what is happening, where is artificial intelligence now? So I have already shown you what we have seen these examples. Another kind of examples like Google Lens, I would point my phone on something, I will point my phone on this, and the camera will capture this image and will tell me that okay, this is Amazon Echo. So this kind of examples that I am saying, that I am showing it to you, all these are the present of artificial intelligence. After 2000 to 2020, though Google has played a very much important role in bringing artificial intelligence from ground to here, but like Google Lens, I told you, even the YouTube, when you go on YouTube and find some song in past week and then you again come on YouTube on next week, then based on that your previous search, YouTube will show you your interested songs, the songs in which you are interested. It will automatically select the genre and it will show you the list of the songs that you are interested in. If you are interested in Punjabi song, or if you are interested in English songs, so YouTube automatically understand that what is your genre and it will show you your interest only. So this is also, YouTube is also recommending you to listen, try this song, because this song is related to what you have listened in past week. So that is called, that is also an example of artificial intelligence. Okay, so that's all for today. You can see these are the references if you found if you want to see anything. Okay, and thank you very much, and we will again meet in our next video. Thank you.